Good morning, students. Today now we are going to study about the taxonomy of virtualization. In the previous session, I told you what is meant by virtualization, what are the beautiful characteristics of the virtualization, where we can feel the execution is compiled. That is how we can manage the execution of the compilation, especially by interfacing with the physical resources and the virtualization techniques. Now today we are going to see a graphical representation, or it is a pictorial representation how actually the virtualization can be done. That is the taxonomy of virtualization. So before going to take up this diagram, you always remember this diagram is categorized into three groups. One is called how the virtualization can be done in the physical hardware component. Similarly, what are the techniques are available in the virtualization which can be incorporated to the process to compile. Next one is the mode of virtualization. That is called as a physical, or it is a virtualization mode by using the physical components and the process. Now we will see generally a virtualization means what all the parameters are contained in the virtualization. In the virtualization, the first parameter maybe you can consider as a storage is one parameter, a network or a internet resources may be one of the parameter, or the execution of the environment. Whenever I am compiling the program virtually, what are the incorporated hardware devices are available for compilation. So here I have taken three parameters which are majorly important for the virtualization. Now these are the sum of them. There may be n number of virtualization. You can take it as a memory, you can take it as a physical component, you can take it as a platform. So these different types of parameters are also incorporated under the domain of virtualization. Now once if it is safe, yes, these are the some of the parameters of virtualization. In this diagram, we are going to focus majorly on the execution environment virtualization. So you can see here the link which I have given. I am not going to focus on the storage virtualization. I am not going to target on the networking of virtualization or any other devices of virtualization taxonomy. I am going to concentrate on this session about the execution environment of the virtualization. So whenever I say it is an execution environment of virtualization, it is always category. So that is how a virtualization can be done during an execution. And during the execution, it is categorized into two types. One is called as a process level virtualization and a system level virtualization. Now, process level virtualization or a process level virtualization always contains the emulation. What I said in the previous class, emulation. Emulation is just nothing but a same set of server, or it may be a virtual component, but multiple tasks can be done. Example, I told you like in a Windows 5 I can use, or sorry, Windows 9 I can use, Windows 10 also I can use for any one particular game platform. It may be a software based as a service. So that is an emulation concept. So here what I want to say, during the process we can focus on the emulation. Emulation, if you want to still more clear, you can imagine it just like one application, an application based process. Similarly, a process also contains a hardware level virtual machines. So hardware level virtual machines is also considered as a programming language. That is in a software, the operating system, or the platform which you are using it called as a programming language, or that code can be considered as a hardware level virtual machine. Similarly, in the process level, we can consider the multi-programming concept, that is about based on the operating system. As we studied before, different types of threads we studied. That is a one-to-one or many-to-one or many-to-many concept. So that is a threading system. Processing techniques are there. So single user multitask or multi-user multitask. All those parameters can also be considered in the operating system. So here we will learn the behavior of a multi-programming with respect to the operating system. So these are the three parameters. It may be an application, or it may be a programming language, or it may be an operating system. So these three parameters are under the main domain of a processing level, where this virtualization technique can be considered. This is a technology or the concept of virtualization. This is about the process level virtualization. Now we will move on to the next topic called as system level virtualization. In a system level virtualization, it is majorly categorized into four parameters of virtualization. One is called hardware assisted virtualization, fully virtualization, para-virtualization or a partial virtualization. In this module, in this subject, we are going to study deeply about depth knowledge about the different types of virtualization technique. So these are majorly focused on the physical resources, a physical hardware components called as hardware devices. It may be your repository, it may be your data centers, it may be in a private cloud, it may be in a public cloud, it may be in a workstation, it may be in a, as I told, the Microsoft Aneka cloud maybe can be taken care. I can make my own set of clouds, physical hardware components, rental business I can take. All these things are called as hardware components. Those all the hardware components are majorly categorized into 4 types. I may use a partial, I may use a fully virtualization for hardware devices, I may use some interfacing, some hardware and some software, I can use a para-virtualization, or only assisted, some set of hardware devices only I can use it as a hardware assisted virtualization. So what I want to conclude here, the virtualization mode on a hardware device varies. I may use a complete set, I may use a partially, I may use a fully, or a case to case. Whenever there is an on-demand, I may go to access. So this is called as a handling of the hardware devices. So the hardware devices can be handled by using system level virtualization with these 4 parameters. So this is the techniques in the virtualization. So here we are concluding that the virtualization taxonomy pertaining to the execution. It is related to the execution. One is a process level, another one is a system level. System level always focus on the hardware devices, whereas a process level always targeted the operating system. On that operating system, which programming language you are using, which software you are using, and how you are building it in an application for the service oriented SOA. So these are the 3 parameters always focus on the process level, and the hardware related information will be considered as a system level virtualization. So this is about the concept of an execution environment in the virtualization called as a taxonomy of virtualization. Always remember how it is done, then what is the virtualization mode in that, and what all the technologies are incorporated in the virtualization. Either it is related to the process or it is related to the system. So with these 3 modes, we can say that the virtualization can be imagined that I can access the physical resource and I can compile the data virtually. Thank you. As I discussed about a virtualization taxonomy related to an execution environment mode, now we are going to talk about the one more related same security privileged modes in the virtualization. For example, if I am talking about a process level or a system level, what is the accessibility? What are the privileges are available in the virtualization taxonomy? Always when I talk about the security privileges, it is categorized into 3 modes of privilegization can be taken. One is called as a superior or a most privileged accessibility, or a normal privilegization can be given, or a least privilegization can be given. So what I want to say is that whenever we are concentrating on the process level and the system level, so here you remember I told you the hardware devices can be accessible. With respect to the hardware assistance or a fully virtualization or a para-virtualization or a partial virtualization. Now that is called, it can be taken care of in a privilegization. Privilegization means which mode I am going to access, what are the hardware device I am going to access. Then I can say it is, for example, you can say it is in a concentric circle. This is the one privilegization. So I want to take the core of the hardware devices. For example, I can say operating system. I want to access the operating system. So this is the innermost layer. Suppose no, I don't want the operating system. I want to use only the subset of software. That is one hardware layer. No, I want to use only the outermost layer. For example, some physical hardware components pertaining to the demand. I will use. Now I want to access only what and all the features are available in the hardware devices, whether it is able to configurable or not able to configure. So what I want to say, there are 4 different types of categories of the hardware devices are available. Now how am I going to access? How am I going to fetch? During the fetching, it can be categorized as a list. Suppose if I am at the outermost layer and I want to access the data from here, then it is called as a least privilege. Okay, it is ignorable. There is no need of so much encrypted. I can provide in a public domain. It is now in a public cloud. Yes, you can access. A server can say, yes, you can access some of the information related to my domain. Some of the privilegation which is having a little bit, intermediate level. So that you can call it as a normal privilegizations. For example, I want still more information about that cloud. I want to do some knowledge. I want to do some process of knowledge. Then it can be considered as a ring 2 or it may be considered as a ring 2, ring 1 called as a normal privilegization. Yes, you can access. You can access the system level. Suppose the innermost level, a deep knowledge which is a highly secure data, encrypted data I want to access. Then it is called as the most privileged. Is highest superior importance is given to this core data and the core data can be accessed. Now based on these privilegization, I can interpolate by taxonomy the hardware devices. Either it may be a fully virtualization, it may be a para-virtualization, or it may be a partial virtualization. So these are the some of the techniques of virtualization comes under the system level pertaining to the security line, pertaining to the security modes. So this is